Welcome to this tutorial for rounding decimal numbers to the nearest unit. It follows on from the tutorial that shows you how to round whole numbers to the nearest 10, 100 and 1000. If you're confident with that, begin this now. Rounding decimal numbers works in the same way as rounding whole numbers, only that we need to look at the decimal part of the number to determine whether to go up to the nearest up to the next whole number or down to the previous. Of course, we need to decide what the whole numbers are that 7.9 falls between, and it falls between 7 and it falls between 8. Once that's been determined, you can look at the 0.9 and decide whether to round up to the 8 or down to the 7. Now if you look onto the left hand side, you can see, much like with the previous tutorial, that if you get 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 or 0.4, you'll round downwards. And if you get 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8 or 0.9, you'll round upwards. With this being 0.9 or being worth 0.9, you'll round up to the 8. So 7.9 to the nearest unit is 8. We can do exactly the same with 13.3. First of all, determine the whole numbers that 13.3 lies between, namely 13 and 14, and then look at the decimal number, at the tenths, to decide whether to round up or down. With it being 0.3, you round downwards. So 13.3 to the nearest unit is 13. If you're confident with how this rounding with decimal numbers works, pause this video now and have a go at rounding these four numbers to the nearest unit. Determine which units 3.6, 8.1, 9.7 and 11.5 fall between, and then use the tenths to decide whether to go up or down. Best of luck. Okay, so here are the whole numbers that each of the decimal numbers falls between. 3.6, well, if you look at the 0.6, it should direct you to go up, and therefore 4 is the whole number that you would round 3.6 to. 8.1 rounds down to 8 with the 0.1. 9.7 rounds up to 10, and 11.5 rounds up to 12. And that is that. Well done if you've got the correct answers for those questions, and you've got a better understanding of how to round decimal numbers to the nearest whole number. See you on the next challenge.